Good afternoon and welcome to the National Basketball Performance Centre. We're here for some WBBL action. We've got the Manchester Met Mystics taking on the Essex Rebels. We've got a little bit of a delayed tip-off, just by about 5 minutes time, so we'll tip things off at 2:05 today. So Manchester currently sitting at 5th in the standings at 8 wins, 7 losses. They had a tough last game to Caledonia a couple of weeks ago where they lost 75-53. Dom Allen was unavailable for that game, and unfortunately Erica Williams and Anne Shea went down to injury in the game, so a really tough short-handed team for the Mystics. Luckily Erica's back today, Anne will be out a little bit longer. But Vanessa Acra in that game, an absolutely blinding performance on the boards, a career high 17 rebounds, putting her in the top 10 in the WBBL this season. She's averaging 8.7. Previous high for her was 4.4 and a couple of seasons ago. So really impressive stuff from Vanessa Acra. Really stepped up in the absence of Dom on the boards. And we just love to see the evolution of Vanessa through the seasons. Defensive player of the year for the Mystics, and just such a hustle player as well. Loads of heart, love to see it. The Rebels come into this game after playing the Hatters, an 89-74 loss to them last weekend. They were led by Ashley Munns in that game, 18 points, and she shot 6 of 7 from 2, 85% from the field. Really impressive stuff. Lucrezia Costa had 17 points and 4 rebounds in that game as well. So Costa's leading the Rebels in scoring so far this season, 14.6. It's her second season with the Rebels. And just looking at how these two teams match up, Essex taking the field goal shooting percentage 45-40. Also edging the Mystics in rebounds and just a bit in three-point shooting. So it's going to be a tough game today for the Mystics. Again, a little bit short-handed, but they've got Rachel James back on the roster after we saw her a couple of weeks ago having that epic performance against Gloucester. She came on, first WBBL game of the season, in a couple of seasons actually, knocked down 4 threes in a row, had 12 points and made a great contribution to the team. And just before tip-off today as well, we will have 24 seconds of reflection for Betty Cardona, who sadly passed away last weekend, as the Mystics haven't had a home game and want to pay tribute to her today. So the whole British basketball community have come together to pay tribute to the legendary pioneer Betty Cardona, OBE, who sadly passed away. An unrivalled colossus of the women's game in the UK, Cardona dedicated 60 years of her life to passionately inspiring thousands of people to play the sport that she loved so much. In a stellar career that began as a PE teacher and resulted in her founding the Sheffield Hatters in 1961, she not only went on to win countless titles and establish the most successful club in women's basketball, but she also played an immeasurable role in growing the game. Currently in their diamond anniversary year, the legacy that the Cardona leaves the club goes way beyond the Hatters. It spans not only the local community, but also leaves an indelible print on British basketball itself. And the sport's been standing together in recognition of her staggering accomplishments, with 24 seconds of applause before each game across the BBL, WBBL and NBL, as British basketball pauses to remember and respect a true great. A truly fantastic woman, Betty Cardona. And our thoughts are with the whole Cardona family, the daughters, the granddaughters, and everyone that knew Betty. So just a couple of minutes away from tip-off, and starting fives for the Mystics, we will have Erica Williams, Dominique Allen, Georgia Jones, Rianne Bailey and Vanessa Acra. Erica Williams having an amazing season so far, her first WBBL season, averaging 17.1 points per game. She leads the Mystics in points per game, and that Gloucester game, she knocked down 7 threes, had 25 points, which was her 6th 20-plus point game of the season. So super strong performance from Erica so far this year, and it's great to see. And for the Rebels, we'll have Ashley Munns, Claire Paxton, Lucrezia Costa, Megan Haynes, and Andrea Colhas. And now we will just pause to remember Betty Cardona. So just under a minute to go until tip-off. So both teams really fighting for seeding in the playoff position as we're coming towards the end of the season. You know, that top 4 position, top 3 probably already set in stone with London, Sevenoaks and Sheffield. Obviously London, the only remaining unbeaten team in the league after that win over Sevenoaks last night. Followed by Sevenoaks and then Sheffield. Leicester currently in 4th place, so Mystics trying to chase them to take that spot and grab the home seeding. Essex in 6th, want to bump up a little bit and try and take that spot as well. So it's going to be a really exciting game today. And just as teams going on court, so we've got the Mystics playing in blue and Essex will be in red. And also on the Essex team this season, Jade Mabam, who was playing for the Mystics the last couple of seasons. So nice to see her back in Manchester. A really, really exciting young player with a really bright future as well as Jade. Spent some time in D2 in the States last season, and having a really, really solid season with Essex so far. Okay, so we're about to get things underway. It's going to be Claire Paxton and Dom Allen for the tip. Ball is up and it's going to go Essex's way. So Essex with the first possession. Collas inside. Costa works against Bailey and can't get that one to drop. Allen grabs the rebound. So Mystics with their first offense of the game. Dominique Allen as well this season, fantastic inside. And there we go, just as we're saying it, Dom just drops in 2 for the Mystics, first points in the game for Manchester. Dom having a really solid season on the boards and scoring as well. As Haynes drives to the basket, she's going to get fouled on that one. And that's going to be first foul on Dom Allen. As Haynes is going to head to the line to shoot 2. Shooting 72% free throws this season and averaging 7.4 points per game along with 3.2 assists as Haynes knocks the first one down, gets the Rebels on the scoreboard. And second's good as well. 2 of 2 from the line for Megan Haynes. Williams over to Accra. Accra to Allen. Allen spins, working inside, and that one just doesn't drop, but nice move from Dominique Allen there. And we got turnover. Going to go back the way of the Mystics. So Haynes is guarding Jones. Georgie Jones is an absolute legend of the game. So many records made and broken by Georgie Jones in Manchester. As that's just knocked out by Munns. So it's going to be sideline ball, Accra to inbound for the Mystics. Over to Jones, 10 on the shot clock for the Mystics. Jones puts up a long 2, just a bit too short on that one. As Collas grabs the rebound, hands it over to Haynes. Haynes guarded by Jones with the crossover. Just driving, loses control on that one, and nope, that was off a Mystics. That's end line Rebels ball. Costa inside, and that's going to be foul number 2 on Dom Allen, I think. Yep, two quick fouls on Dom in the first 90 seconds, and you don't want to get in a position where you've got Dom in foul trouble too early, especially going up against a player like Costa. His first free throw is good. And so is the second. 4-2 Rebels lead with 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Georgie Jones is double teamed there by the Rebels. Gets it over to Accra, to Williams, and just, can't lay it in. Bailey inside to Allen. She's working against Costa. Hands it out, 4 to shoot, needs to get something up. Jones, 2 for 3. That one's no good, and Essex come away with it again. Tough possession from the Mystics and some really good defense from Essex. Haynes is driving, and Costa's got the rebound. Paxton's going to try the 3. Nothing but net on that one for Claire Paxton. First 3 of the game. 7-2 Rebels lead. Accra over to Williams. Williams for 3. Can't answer with her own on that one. Pass inside to Paxton, just a bit too strong off the glass. Bailey to Jones. And Hines is all over Jones. Bailey's open on the baseline, drives and just drops it in. Great move from Rianne Bailey. Cuts the lead down to 3. And we've seen what Erica Williams can do when she gets hot from 3. So that first miss, just needs to shake it off and get going when she drops them in. Colhass's 3 is no good. Mystics with a chance to tie. Bailey again manages to drive baseline and somehow finds herself all alone as she lays that one in. Back-to-back buckets for Rianne Bailey. Costa against Allen. And that's going to be a travel call. Great D from Dom Allen on that possession. Forces a turnover. As we're going to see Rachel James come into the game. Rianne Bailey's going to head to the bench. And Rachel James, NBL D2 Cup final winner with the Stockport Lapwings earlier this year in an amazing game that was on the Basketball England YouTube channel. If you've not watched it yet, make sure you catch it. Rachel had a fantastic performance again against Gloucester a few weeks ago. Hands it off to Allen there. And it's going to stay with the Mystics. As DeAngelique Waith comes into the game for Essex. and Claire Paxton's going to head to the bench. D'Angelique Waith as well, one of the most exciting players I saw in the WBBL last season. And I've heard rumours of a dunk tape. There's a dunk tape out there. Jones inside to Allen. And that one's just a bit too short. Going up against Costa, the battle of the inside between Allen and Costa is going to be really key to today's game as well. Munns for 3. Nails that one. 10-6 Rebels lead. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. James controlling things for Manchester. As Williams hands it back. James got the time. She puts up a 3 and hits Rachel James. Picking up where she left off last game. First 3 of the game for the Mystics. Munns guided by Jones. Accra's on her. Costa. Nice pass from Costa to Munns. Oh, just couldn't finish that one, but a brilliant pass inside. Williams to Jones. Out to Allen. Long 2 from Dom is up, and that's good. Mystics take the lead, 11-10, and a nice little run from the Mystics. Munns. Colhouse has got loads of space. Baseline can't quite finish that one. As James is coming back. And James with a little bit of a mismatch there against the 6'2" Costa. As she gets it inside to Erica Williams. Can't get it to drop. Allen gets the rebound. Hands it off to Rachel James, who's all alone under the basket. And that one just bounces out. But some really good movement from the Mystics here. As Munns' 3's up, and the arc on that one as the Rebels take the lead, 13-11. We might have a shootout on our hands today. James over to Jones. Williams to James. Gets inside to Accra, 7 on the shot clock. Back to James. She drives baseline, needs to put something up. And can't finish that one. Waith. It's going all the way, and she drops that one in. First points of the game for D'Angelique Waith. As the Rebels take a 4-point lead back. James hands off to Jones. Jones with a long 2. And that one just doesn't drop for Georgia. Oh, nice pass. It's intercepted, so it's going to be jump ball, and it's going to go Mystics' way. As Tia Freeman and Carla B.A. Salazar come into the game for Essex, along with Jade Mabam. And we're going to see Erica Mayer in for the Mystics. So Accra with the inbound. Up to Mayer at the top. I think we got a foul call before the inbound. Nope, no foul on that, just a replay of the situation. So, Jones goes baseline behind the back. 7 on the shot clock. Jones spins. Oh, tough shot. Rachel James gets the rebound. Smallest player on the court with the rebound. Bailey from way downtown. Rianne Bailey with a 3. 15-14. Essex lead. Great play from Rianne Bailey. As Freeman drives inside. She's going to get the basket and head to the line. And Tia Freeman in her first season with Essex, with Nottingham Wildcats the last couple of seasons. As she completes a 3-point play on that one, takes the Rebels lead back to 4. Just over 3 minutes to go, as Essex really putting the pressure on and double teaming down in the full court press. Jones working off the screen from Maya. Takes it inside, little floater won't go, but Vanessa Accra grabs the rebound. Bailey's going to try the 3 again and nails it! Rianne Bailey. 17-18, Mystics back down by 1. Freeman inside, she's stripped. Jones comes away with it. Jones and Bailey on the break. Hands it off for 3. And, I can't get that one to drop, but Vanessa Accra with a powerful rebound. Bailey just loses control, and Vanessa Accra just came out of nowhere to grab that rebound. Really tough play from Accra. James, and nice pressure defense from Rachel James. Mabam with the 3, and nails that one. 17 Mystics 21, 17-21 with just over 2 minutes to go. James to Accra. Back to James. Accra gets it baseline. Brilliant pass from Rachel James to Vanessa Accra. And Rachel James having such an impact in just the short amount of time she's been playing for the Mystics this season. Freeman's 3 is up and fouled before the shot. That is going to be offensive foul call, and that will be on Costa, her first, as Alicia Moore comes into the game for the first time for Manchester, and Claire Paxson comes back in for Essex. So only the first team foul for the Rebels so far this quarter. It's going to be sideline James. Over to Moore. James got him over Bam. Bailey. Over to Moore. Swings it round. James puts up a 3, and that one's just a bit too short as Waith grabs the rebound. Freeman, guided by James, hands it off. Salazar. Inside to Paxton. She's guarded by Mayer. Paxton hands it out, 6 to shoot. Driving inside, stripped by Bailey. Brilliant defense from Rianne Bailey. Rachel James inside to Mayer. Ball's loose. Essex come away with that one. Waith, guarded by Moore. She's going to drive baseline, but it's going to be a foul on the floor. It's going to be foul on Alicia Moore. Foul number 1. 4th team foul for the Mystics. So Freeman to inbound for the Rebels. B.A. Salazar, back to Freeman. Inside to Paxton, guarded by Moore. There's a mismatch there. Mayer jumps out to help. Salazar's 3 is up, and that is good as well. 3-point shootout on our hands today. 24-19, a 5-point Rebels lead heading into the last 30 seconds of the quarter. Jones to Mayer, to James, to Bailey. Bailey's got space. Thought about that one. Jones, she's doubled. 4 to shoot. Jones with the 3. That one's no good. Waith dives in for the rebound, and Rebels are going to get the last shot of the quarter. Just under 10 seconds to go. 6. Hands it out. Freeman. 2 to shoot. Needs to get something up, and that one's not going to go. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 24-19. Rebels lead. And we have Ashley Munns leading the way for the Rebels with 6 points in the game, and Rianne Bailey with 10 for the Mystics. Both teams shooting what feels like a lot from 3, but we'll just check those stats for you. So the Mystics shooting 42% from 3, and the Rebels with an incredibly impressive 5 of 6, which is 83%. Really, really great 3-point shooting from the Rebels today. So heading into the second quarter. Sorry, I just got distracted looking at the comments from the great Darren Paul. Thanks, Darren. I was very pleased with that call. I have to give Greg the credit for Rianne Bailey from a couple of weeks ago. Stole it from him. But as we head into the second quarter, Mystics going to need to clamp down on that 3-point shot for the Rebels. Need to get outside and force them to go inside. But it's tough when you've got a team that are really good at shooting the 3, and also they've got a player that's just pretty unstoppable inside in Costa and Paxton. You know, they've got the Rebels have got the height, and the addition of Erica Mayer to the Mystics has really, really helped the Mystics with that. gives Dom a really solid backup when she's out of the game. As you know, height, maybe Mystics not one of the taller teams in the league, so really good pick up for the Mystics there with Erica Mayer. So second quarter about to get underway. Rebels have got the inbound. And Paxton hands it off to Salazar. Her three is up, and that one's no good. Erica Williams grabs the rebound, hands it over to James. And Rachel James is such a fast player as well. Really likes to run, really likes to get out in transition. Just as she loses control of that one, it's going to be turnover back with Essex. Salazar guarded by James. Hands it over to Waith. Give the handoff to Mabam. Salazar gets it back. Freeman's driving. Hands it over to Paxton. Paxton with a tough shot there. Looked like it was about to drop, but didn't. As the Mystics get a chance to cut into this 5-point lead. More off the screen from Allen. Hands it over to James. Williams' three is up, and that's good. Erica Williams. She's just getting going. Cuts the lead back to 2. And Mabam with a wide open lane hands it out as Freeman will drive, and just waiting to see who that's on. Hopefully that's not on Dom. As Alicia Moore will take a seat as Georgia Jones heads into the game. So that foul was on Rachel James, her first of the game. As Freeman's back at the line. First shot's no good. And second, no good either as well. First misses from the line from Essex today. Rebels still with a 2-point lead, so Mystics with a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Jones to Accra, under the basket, over to James. Williams' three is up, and that one's no good. Accra with the rebound again, and Vanessa Accra, just a fantastic rebounder, fantastic defensive player. She's going to try a three. That one doesn't go. Allen with the rebound again, some great offensive rebounding from the Mystics. James drives, floater is just a bit too strong, so spins out. As Freeman on the break, but manages to, Eric Williams slows it down. And good hands from Williams on that possession. As Waith steals it back, playing hot potato over here with the basketball. Mabam to Paxton. Gonna reset, Rebels gonna reset here. Paxton to Waith. Accra's all over her. Waith with the long two, that one doesn't go, falls into the hands of Georgia Jones. And James over to Accra. Accra for three, and nails it! Vanessa Accra's getting in on the 3-point action today. Mystics with a 1-point lead. I think last season we saw Vanessa hit 1-3 every couple of games. She'd maybe only take one, and it'd always go in. As Ashley Munn's back into the game for Essex. And we're going to have a timeout. It's going to be a timeout. I think Jeff Jones may have called that on for the Mystics. So really good start from the Mystics here. A 6-0 run to start the quarter. Rhianne Bailey leading all scorers with 10 points so far. And Ashley Munn's with 6. Georgia Jones with 4 assists in the game already, and Vanessa Accra's got 5 rebounds. She's chasing after that 17 rebound performance a couple of weeks ago against Caledonia. So it's great to see everyone getting involved as well for the Mystics. For the Rebels, we've got Costa on 3 rebounds and D'Angelique Waith on 5. So teams back on court. Mystics with a 1-point lead. 7:24 to go in the second quarter. Both teams just in awe, just throwing down the threes today. And we know that this Mystics team are a team that like to shoot the three. When they get things going, everyone can contribute. So sideline Essex ball inside to Costa. Hands it off to Salazar. Back to Costa. 3 Mystics players on Costa. Ball's nearly knocked away, but it comes back. Paxton for 3. And Vanessa Agra grabs that one. That's going to be a 6th rebound of the game as Jones comes out firing. Brilliant pass to Rachel James, and it just hangs on the rim a bit too long. Doesn't drop. But James and Jones as well, part of the Mystics WBBL Cup winning season 2016-17, if I'm remembering correctly, the right year. 3 is up and good for Essex. Take the lead back, 26-25 Essex. Allen over to James. Back to Williams. Her 3 is up, and that is good. Erica Williams with another 3. 28-26. This is just a back and forth game so far. Fantastic performance from both teams. Colas inside to Costa. Spins. And that's going to be an offensive foul call. And Erica Williams taking the tough contact as foul number 2 on Costa. Will give the ball back to the Mystics. Paxton's on Accra, and that pass is just a bit too high for Erica Williams. So back with the Rebels. 6 minutes to go. B.A. Salazar guarded by James. She's going all the way, drives against Dominique Allen. Can't finish that one. James going to slow things down for the Mystics. Hands it over to Williams. Over to Jones. Into Allen. And that Jones to Allen just link up is just a thing of beauty. Accra tries the 3 again and nails that one. Vanessa Accra. With 8 points in the game so far today. Munsey's 3 is up and that is no good. Williams with the rebound. Jones hands it out. Williams over to Jones. She's going to try the 3 and that one doesn't go, but Rachel James almost fingertips on the rebound. Again, the smallest player on the court just going after that ball. It's so great to see. Now it's going to be in line with the Rebels. So Haynes controlling things for the Rebels. Over to Colas. To Costa. Nice spin move. And nearly knocked away by Bailey on that one. And it's going to be a foul call, but up until that point, Rianne Bailey playing some really tough defence. Really stopping Costa getting to the basket there. So that's going to be foul number... Oh, apologies, that was on Vanessa Accra. That's Accra's first foul. As Costa heads to the line for her first trip today. First free throw is good. Sorry, it's actually Costa's second trip to the line. He's gone 3 of 3 so far, and can't finish the second one. As Mystics with a really impressive 12-2 run this quarter so far. And with a 4-point lead. We've got a bit of a discussion on the floor about something. Not sure what we were waiting for there, but things back underway. So Accra gets it over to Jones. To Bailey. Accra inside to Mayer. Jones is there. She's going to drive, hands it off to Mayer. Brilliant pass inside from Georgia Jones to Erica Mayer. And then the block by Essex to force a sideline for the Mystics. So Bailey to inbound with 8 on the shot clock. Over to Jones. Haynes playing some tough D on Georgia Jones. 2 to shoot. Jones needs to put something up, and foul on the floor. So it's going to be sideline, and Mystics think I'll be lucky on that possession. Foul just before the buzzer, so they'll get a fresh 14, and that foul was on Megan Haynes, her first. But Essex doing a really, really good job defensively, locking the Mystics down. Bailey drives, can't get that one to drop, gets her own rebound, and almost gets it back in, but doesn't. Really unlucky on that one. As Haynes comes away with it for the Rebels. Paxton. And ball's nearly stolen away by Rachel James, and that's the kind of player that Rachel James is. She's going to be, obviously, you know, a bit smaller player, but she's going to be able to just get her hands in the way, like knock that ball away against some of the taller players. In fact, she does it against everybody. As Erica Williams comes back into the game for Erica Mayer. And really pleased to see Erica back after that injury a couple of weeks ago against Caledonia. Paxton hands it off to Haynes. She's driving all the way. Scoop layup's just a bit too far underneath the basket. So Mystics back. James to Williams. James gets it back over to Accra. Oh, a nice pass inside to Bailey. Just tapped out of bounds by Munns. The 10 on the shot clock for the Mystics. Got a slim 4-point lead with just over 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Williams to Jones. Jones over to Bailey. Bailey for 3. Yes, Rian Bailey. Takes the Mystics to a 34-27 lead, and Rian Bailey with 3 threes in the game, leading all scorers with 13 points. Costa against Bailey. Drops that one in for the Rebels. Cuts the lead back to 5. Jones driving, goes all the way, banks it off the glass and in. As that gets Jones on the scoreboard for the first time for the Mystics. Munns hands it off to Haynes. Collas inside. That's a really tough shot from Costa on that one. Accra drives and can't get that one to drop, grabs her own rebound, gets it out to Bailey. Williams puts up the 3, and that one's just too strong. So Essex with a chance to cut into this lead. Collas can't get it to drop. Collas gets it back, she's going to try again and nails that one. That was a long 2. And Andrea Collas, part of the Bucks winning team this week for Essex University, was the MVP of the final as well. So congratulations to her. A really Really exciting player as well to see in the WBBL. Jones with 5 on the shot clock. Puts the 3 up. Under pressure, and that one doesn't quite go. Bailey can't keep it inside. I think we've got a technical foul. That is going to be on Rhian Bailey. So Kohlhaas will shoot the free throw. .75% from the line this season. As she makes that. And the second one's no good. So we'll have a timeout, Mystics. And we have Manchester with a slim 2-point lead with the last minute 32 to go in the first half. Rhian Bailey leading the way, all scorers, 13 points. With 3 made threes so far. Mystics now have hit 8 for the game, 44%. And Vanessa Accra with 9 rebounds before half-time, 5 offensive rebounds. I know you're going to love that one, Darren. Big fan of the offensive rebound, and a really, really impressive performance from Vanessa. Also getting in on the 3-point shooting action, knocked down 2, with 3 assists to go along with that as well. Costa leading the way for Essex, 7 points and 7 rebounds, with a couple of assists thrown in there as well. Ashley Munn's on 6 points for the Rebels. So back underway for the last 1 minute 30 of the second quarter. As Waith inbounds to Haynes. Munns' 3 is up, and that one's no good. So back with the Mystics. Jones guarded by Haynes, over to James. Jones gets it back. Some great ball movement from the Mystics. Bailey to James. Gets it back, 6 on the shot clock. Mystics needs to get something off. Oh, brilliant spin move from Erica Williams as she gets to the basket. What a move. Pass to Hines. Munns' 3 is up, and that is good. Look at the arc on that one. Rebels cut it to within 1. 36 seconds to go in the half. Jones to Bailey. She's got time, she's got space, it's up, and that one's no good. Accra with the rebound, saves it in. Accra, 3 is up, and that one's no good. Rachel James with the rebound. Some great rebounding from the Mystics today. Jones driving. And that's going to be a foul on the floor. So that is foul on DeAngelique Waith. Her first. As Mystics will have the inbound with 8.8 seconds to go. And I think they're probably going to get a 3 up. Try Rhian Bailey. Jones. Long 2. No good. Waith with the rebound. James manages to get it. Put it over to Williams, and That one's just a bit too strong. I think she had a little bit more time than she thought. Also had more time than I thought she did. I thought the shot clock was running down. But that is it for the second quarter. 38-37. Mystics lead behind 13 points from Rianne Bailey and 8 from Vanessa Accra and Erica Williams. Really, really strong all-round team performance from the Mystics so far. Both teams shooting very well from 3. Mystics hitting 40%. And the Rebels with a fantastic 54% from 3. Ashley Munn's leading the way with 9 points, and Lucrezia Costa with 7 points and 7 rebounds. And Vanessa Accra, with that last amazing leap and save, has hit 10 rebounds in the half. So great performance from Vanessa, and really, really, really good to see. So we'll be back. We'll just take a quick break for half time, and we'll be back around 10 minutes time with you guys. Okay, so welcome back to the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester. Just getting ready for the third quarter between the Manchester Met Mystics and the Essex Rebels. We've got a game on our hands today, 38-37. Mystics have a very slim 1-point lead as we head into the third. Both teams shooting very well from three today. Essex with 54% and the Mystics on 38%. Really great performance from Rhiann Bailey. 13 points in the game, 3 threes. So she leads all scorers with 13 points. And Ashley Munns leads Essex with 9. Costa with 7 and 7 as well in the game. And some really nice ball movement from the Mystics today. We saw that a couple of weeks ago against Gloucester. Something that really stood out to me and Adam as we were watching was just the way the Mystics were moving the ball, taking the time to get the right shot. And heading into that game, the Mystics actually averaging just under 15 assists a game. And against Gloucester, they had 33, so smashed their season high of 22, and just really, really impressive performance from the Mystics. And you're going to think that that's something they're going to try and focus on as we head into the last stretch of the season, going into the playoffs. And it helps, again, at this point in the season when you've had that time to get to know your teammates, to get to figure out where people are on the court, where they like the ball. Mystics struggled a little bit as well this season with people being in and out due to injuries. And be good to see a finally fully healthy team when hopefully Anne is back in a couple of weeks. So, third quarter about to get underway. Mystics will have the inbound. Vanessa Accra over to Jones. She's guided by Haynes. Williams to Bailey. 8 on the shot clock. Bailey over to Allen, and she's doubled. Gets it out. Bailey needs to get a shot up. Deep three is no good. And Essex coming out with some really strong pressure defense. Great D from Essex as the Mystics last quarter, 19-13, went on a really strong run to start, and Essex going to really want to try and put the pressure on the ball, stop that scoring run the Mystics were on. Costa hands it off. Ball's just knocked out of bounds, on the baseline. As Haynes will inbound. Over to Costa, gets it back. And what a reverse layup from Megan Haynes. Rebels on the board in the second half. Bailey to Jones. Jones working against Freeman. Scoop layup and drop it in. Count it, and she's going to head to the line. Takes the Mystics to 40. And Georgia will have a chance for a 3-point play. She's shooting 65% from the line this season. She knocks that one down. 41-39, Mystics lead with just over 9 minutes to go in the third. Haynes to Freeman. Over to Waith. Hands it off. Munns inside, pass is broken up. Vanessa Accra, I think, got a hand on that one as she knocked it away. And that's the thing that Vanessa Accra does. She grabs the rebounds, but she does those things that don't show up on the score sheet. The JLC, the Joe Leadham column. Bailey inside to Allen, brilliant pass. Allen takes a little bump, but no foul call on that one. As gives the Mystics a 4-point lead. 6 points in the game for Dom Allen. And we've got a travel call on Essex. So ball is back with the Mystics. As Jones has picked up full court. Hands Hands it off to Bailey. And that's going to be foul on Megan Haynes. Her second team foul for the Rebels. So sideline Mystics ball. Bailey to Jones. Oh, a nice crossover, puts up the 3, and that one just doesn't drop. Accra with the little tip, so Mystics get it back, another 14. Accra against Waith, driving baseline, she's got space and drops that one in. Brilliant move from Vanessa Accra, takes her to 10 points in the ball game. Haynes' pass is just straight out of bounds on that one. As she comes out of the game, and B.A. Salazar in for Essex. Jones over to Allen, to Bailey. Rhiannon Bailey with the hot hand from 3 for the Mystics in the first half. Jones to Accra, 4 to shoot, long 2. Vanessa Accra doing it on both ends of the floor today. Vanessa with 12 points in the game. She's knocking down 3, she's hitting layups, she's taking jumpers. You love to see it. Waith with the long 2. And that one doesn't go, but Munns grabs the rebound. Into Costa, to Waith. And Waith doesn't get the basket to drop, but she's going to head to the line. It's going to be a foul on Vanessa Accra for the Mystics. As we have Rachel James coming back into the game for Manchester. Erica Williams going to head to the bench. So that's the second foul on Vanessa Accra. As Waith shooting 75% from the line so far this season. Hits the first. And the second, 2 for 2 from the line from DeAngelique Waith. And we've got a substitution before the play started. Buzzer just went off in the front court. So substitution for Essex. Waith's going to take a seat. And Freeman back into the game for Essex. So Mystics with a 6-point lead, 47-41 with 6:54 to go in the third quarter. Bailey off the screen from Allen. Hands it off to James. James gets doubled. Jones manages to pick up that loose ball. 4 to shoot. Brilliant pass back to Dominique Allen. Just a bit too strong. And both teams claiming it's theirs. And it's going to go back the way with Essex. That's the decision on the floor. So B.A. Salazar for the Rebels. To Costa. Working against Allen. Great D from Dom Allen. Freeman passes it down. 3 is up and just drops in for Costa. 47-43. Mystics lead. Oh, that may have been a long 2. James back out to Allen. Mystics with 6 on the shot clock. Really loses that one. 4. Jones puts up the shot, and that is no good. Costa with the rebound. Sorry, Paxton. And foul there to stop the break. So Colas comes back into the game for the Rebels, and Munns takes a rest. As Erica Williams back in for Manchester, and Rhiannon Bailey heads to the bench. Mystics with a 4-point lead at 47-43. The Three-point shooting slowed a little bit this half. Oh, brilliant spin move from Freeman. But she's going to get the foul call and head to the line. And that is going to be foul number 1 on Georgia Jones. Jones with 5 points in the game so far, but 7 assists. She's actually 4th in the WBBL in assists this season. Obviously, Kennedy Leonard leading the way for the London Lions in the top spot. And second free throw, both free throws no good. Jones puts up the long 2. That one just drops in. Friendly rims on that one. 7-7 for Georgia. Paxton hands it off to Colas. 3 is up, and that one's too strong. Allen gets the rebound, and Vanessa Acra's there. Oh, brilliant pass to Rachel James, just knocked out of bounds there. I think Acra may have had a little bit more time than she thought. She could have looked like she might have just been able to go up, but Mystics have the end line. Over to Jones. To Allen. Jones gets it back. And Dom Allen with it. Oh, just too strong on that. Acra gets the rebound and again gets a rebound. Hands it out. Jones for 3 and doesn't go. Into the hands of Paxton for the Rebels. Freeman 2-on-1 as she's fouled and she'll go back to the line. Again, some great rebounding from the Mystics. Just not able to finish on some of the putbacks, and that is going to be foul number 3 on Dominique Allen on that play. His first free throw is good. And so is the second. 2-2 from the line. Stolen away by Freeman, and Tia Freeman doing a great job of drawing the contact in today's game and getting to the line. So that is foul number 2 on Erica Williams for the Mystics, who are on team fouls. Freeman's first shot is good. Second also good, 2-2 from the line. Really impressed with Freeman's ability to take the contact and draw that foul. Williams to Jones for 3. Shot's no good. Rachel James gets the rebound. That's stolen away by B.A. Salazar. Freeman's 3 is up, and look at the arc on that one. Just a bit too strong as Erica Williams grabs the rebound. Williams off the screen from Allen. 7 to shoot for the Mystics. Back inside to Allen. Working against Paxton. It's going to be an offensive foul call, and that is going to be foul number 4 on Dom. And that's a tough position for the Mystics to be in with still 13 and a bit minutes of basketball to go. Dom did a really good job after picking up those 2 early foul calls in the first quarter, not getting her 3rd foul till later on in the 3rd, but picked up her 4th now, so she's going to take a rest. Paxton over to Freeman. Working against Jones. And that one doesn't drop. But that is going to be foul number 2 on Georgia Jones as Freeman gets back to the line. And first free throw is good. And so Izatekan ties the game up at 49. As Williams manages to get the ball across over to James, and it's going to be a foul on Essex on that play. So it's foul number 1 on Colas. Only the third team foul for Essex this quarter. Williams into Jones. Jones gets it back. And scoop layups, no good. Ball is... Erica Mayer dived on the floor there to get a hand on that one. But that is a jump ball, so it's back with the Rebels. And Jeff Jones wants a timeout. Talk things over. 49-49 with 3 minutes 8 to go in the third quarter. Essex done a really good job of getting back into this. The Mystics had an 8-point lead earlier on, and Essex have managed to come back, tie the game. So, your leading scorers for today. For the Mystics, we have Rhiannon Bailey on 13 points, Vanessa Accra on 12 points and 13 rebounds. And for Essex, it's going to be Ashley Munns, Lucrezia Costa and Tia Freeman all on 9 points apiece. And Essex really spreading the scoring about today as well. Everyone on the courts contributed to the score. Now as we get things back underway, so Essex ball. Colas inside. Costa hands it off to Paxton. Paxton with the jumper. And great move from Claire Paxton. 51-49, the Rebels take the lead. And May over to James, swings it round to Williams. Drives inside, she's not going to get the call on that. And Rachel James throws herself on the ball. Jump ball is back with the Mystics. Accra to Jones. 7 on the shot clock for Manchester. 4 to shoot. Jones. Floater is up and a bit too strong. Freeman gets the rebound and Essex coming back. Paxton. Colas. Manages to keep control of that one. Colas for 3 and that is good. Andrea Colas with a big 3. Gives the Rebels a 5-point lead. What a swing for Essex after being down 8 earlier in the game. Accra to Williams. Jones, long 2. And this doesn't drop. As that's going to be a foul call on Accra. And the Rebels will head back to the line. 3rd foul on Vanessa Accra. As Georgia checks out and Rhiannon Bailey comes in. So Paxton with the 2 shots from the line. First one's good. Second one just spins out. Accra grabs the rebound again. Bailey over to Williams. Williams drives. Scoop layup won't go. Mayer gets it. And nope, Paxton's come away with it. Freeman to Costa. And it's intercepted by Accra on that one. Bit of a miscommunication. Accra's got Bailey on the left. And Freeman nearly manages to steal that one away, but it's going to stay with the Mystics. And Mystics really want to get a basket here, cut this lead a little bit. So James to inbound. Into Acker on the baseline. Williams gets it. James guarded by B.A. Salazar. Puts it up from the free throw line, and she's going to get fouled on that play, so Rachel James will head to the line. And this is James's first trip to the line this season. She knocks down the first. Which, having only played a game and 3 quarters, probably not too surprising she's not been to the line already. As she goes 1 of 2 from there. Rebels still with the 5-point lead, 1 minute 10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Bailey's on Freeman. Kicks it out, 3 is up, and nothing but net on that one for Essex. Continuing their really impressive 3-point shooting this game. James with a lot of space, hands it over to Accra. Bailey driving baseline, hands it out to Meyer. She's there for the easy lay-in. A great pass from Rhiannon Bailey to Erica Meyer on that play. 30 seconds to go in the 3rd. Colhouse's 3 is up, and that's too strong. Accra with the rebound. James swings it over to Williams. Bailey inside to Meyer, and just Colas. Rebels going to be able to hold for the last shot of the quarter. Can increase a 6-point lead. 7 seconds to shoot. Colhouse drives. Layup's too strong. Williams has got it. 2 to shoot. Rachel James puts it up from the halfway line, and that one doesn't go. So 3rd quarter, 58-52. Rebels take the lead. They managed to come back and swing it in their favour after a 21-14-point quarter in their favour. Really strong performance from Essex coming out of half-time. And they have been able to overcome an 8-point deficit earlier in the game and take this 6-point lead as we head into the 4th quarter. So Mystics, I think, feeling it, the loss of Dom Allen a little bit there. Dom on 4 fouls. You don't want her to foul out down the stretch. So she's going to be sitting for a while, it looks like. But a player that they could really use, especially inside, putting the pressure onto Paxton and Costa. So team's getting ready to come back on court. As we get ready to get the last quarter underway. So the Mystics are back in action tomorrow. They'll be travelling to Newcastle, and then they will be back at home on April the 9th against Durham. And Essex also play tomorrow. They will be travelling to Caledonia, so a long trip for the Rebels this weekend, up to Manchester and up to Caledonia and back to Essex. Just want to highlight Vanessa Accra's incredible rebounding performance again. She had 17 rebounds in the last game against Caledonia. She's got 14 as the 3rd quarter ends, and 9 of them are offensive rebounds. Really, really impressive to go along with 12 points as well. So Essex with the first possession of the 4th quarter. Paxton hands it off to Haynes. Colas back to Haynes. And shots too strong. Costa tries to keep it inside, but that's just going to go out of bounds, so back with the Mystics. The Mystics need to get some early points on the board in this quarter, cut into this lead, get back to to how they were playing the first half. A little bit of maybe a third quarter dip but Essex coming out really strong. Bailey with a little short jumper and a floater, gets her own rebound, goes back up, gets a rebound again, and can't get that one to drop. As Haynes and the Rebels come away with it, guarded by Williams. Mayer and Costa fight, bumping inside. Paxton's three is up, and that one's a bit too strong. So back with the Mystics. Just cleaning up a little bit of a wet patch on the floor. So Rachel James for the Mystics. 9 minutes to go in the game. Over to Accra. Swings it around to Williams. Mayer inside. 7 to shoot. Accra driving, going against Paxton, kicks it out to Jones, whose shot is just in and then just pops out. Really unlucky from Georgia Jones on that shot. As it's going to stay with the Mystics. So James on the inbound again. Over to Jones. She's got space. Pass to Mayer. Short jumper from Mayer doesn't go. And Vanessa Accra's face was not happy with that one. She's got a great shocked face, Vanessa. But call is with Essex. And Mystics scoreless so far this quarter, 3-0. The Rebels lead make that 5-0. As it takes them to an 8-point lead, so Mystics really need to try and cut into this deficit. James goes all the way and lays it in. A really tough move from Rachel James. Definitely got the size mismatch, not in her favour. Mayer guarding Costa. Over to Paxton. 8 on the shot clock. Paxton spins with a fade away, can't get that one to go. And I think Williams grabbed the rebound but just stepped out of bounds on that, so it's going to stay with Essex. As Rianne Bailey checks back in, and Erica Mayer is going to head to the bench. And you start to wonder at what point is maybe Dom Allen going to come back into the game, obviously on 4 fouls, but Mystics really need to cut into the lead. You don't want it to get too far ahead before you bring her back in. Costa hands it out to Colas. Three's up, no good. James with the rebound. And knocked away, but Jones manages to come up with it. Over to Williams, who lays it in. And puts the lead back to 6. Takes Erica Williams to 10 points in the game for Manchester. Munns inside to Costa. Hands it off to Munns. Brilliant pass. Reverse layup doesn't go, but what a great handoff. Accra over to Jones. Hands it off to Bailey. Bailey for 3. That one's too short. Accra gets the rebound because it's Vanessa Accra, and she gets rebounds and she drives. Doesn't get that one to fall. And Rebels back on the offense. 4-point lead as Dom Allen is getting ready to come back into the game. Colas steps around Rachel James to knock that one down. Takes the lead back to 6. James to Bailey. Bailey's inside, working against Costa. Swings it round Williams. Spin move all the way to the basket. Can't get it to drop as Paxton gets the rebound. And I think that's going to be a foul call as Bailey went to intercept it. Yeah, third foul on Rianne Bailey. First team foul for the Mystics this quarter as Dom Allen comes back in and Vanessa Accra is going to head to the bench. And Vanessa with a fantastic 12-point, 15 rebound, 10 of them offensive performance in the game so far today. So Rebels with a 6-point lead, just over 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Costa's trapped there by two Mystics. Paxton driving all the way and manages to get it to drop, and great move from Claire Paxton as she goes up against Allen, who's going to have to stand off a little bit not to get that fifth foul. Bailey to Williams. Williams inside, powers in and gets it, and the foul. Chance of the three-point play for Erica Williams. Chance to cut the lead back to 5. Erica, a 79% shooter from the line this season. And we'll get that one to drop. Cuts the lead to 5, 64-59. Rebels lead with over 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Costa swings it around to Paxton. She's going to try the three, and that looks good from here. That's a huge three from Claire Paxton. Leads back up to 8 for the Rebels. James out to Williams. And it's going to be a travel call on Williams. So turnover, and ball is back with Essex. Essex just looking like they're stretching out the lead a little bit here now in the fourth. Things are dropping for them after that really impressive third quarter. Costa to Munns. Costa's shot is up and no good. Allen with the rebound, hands it off to James. Jones to James. Over to Williams. 10 on the shot clock. Jones working against a couple of Rebels players. James with the long two, and that's good. Leads back down to 6. James with 8 points so far in the game. And that shot's no good for Essex. James gets the rebound. Long pass over to Williams. Short jumper, and I think she's trying to bank it in. That one didn't happen. Haynes to Munns. Munns is guarded by Jones. Paxton, got 8 on the shot clock. Haynes driving, brilliant move from Haynes. Can't quite finish that one. And James swings it around to Bailey. Jones with a short jumper. Nails that one. Huge basket from Georgia Jones. Cuts the lead back to 4, 67-63. Essex lead with just 3:25 to go in the fourth quarter. As we'll have a timeout for teams to talk things over. So 3-point shooting drops off a little bit for the Mystics after that really strong start in the first half. Shooting 29% from behind the arc now. Essex really keeping it up really strong, 47%, hitting 9 of 19 threes. And everyone getting involved in the action a bit for Essex. Munns has 3 from 3, and Bailey leading the way from 3 for the Mystics with her 3 in the first half. Vanessa Accra with a super impressive 12-point, 15 rebound performance. And Rianne Bailey leading all scorers still with 13 points in the game. So team's back on court. Really close one here today at the National Basketball Performance Centre in Manchester. And let's see who's going to come out with the win at the end of this 3.5 minutes. So Paxton for Essex. Into Costa. Working against Williams. A tough shot, and she manages to drop that one in. Lead is back to 6. Accra to Jones. Goes baseline. Swings it out to James, to Bailey. Bailey for 3, and that one doesn't go. Great tap from Rachel James to keep the ball with the Mystics. Williams is going to try a 3. That one's no good. Jones manages to get that into the hands of Accra. Bailey drives, little floater, just a bit too strong. Williams gets the rebound, and she's going to get fouled on that one as she tries to put it back in. Really impressive rebounding performance from the Mystics. Just the shot's just not dropping for them. Manchester winning the battle of the boards today, 49-34, as Williams is going to shoot 2 from the line. First free throw is good. As is the second. Suddenly got very quiet in here as Erica was taking those 2 free throws. Lead is back down to 4, 2.5 minutes to go. This needs to get a stop. Costa hands it off to Paxton, to Freeman. Freeman drives, and Jones blocks it. Georgia Jones with the big block. Looking a bit surprised at herself. Williams' 3 is up, and that is too strong, and can't get the rebound on that possession. Colas against Bailey. She's going to slow things down a little bit. Essex with time on their side at the moment. B.A. Salazar guarded by James. Drives to the basket, and she's going to get the basket and the foul and head to the line, and that's a big basket for Essex. As the Mystics will take a timeout before the free throw. So 6-point lead for Essex and a free throw to come. Just under 2 minutes to go, and Mystics shots from 3 aren't dropping at the moment. You're gonna think they're gonna maybe try it again. Try hit another 3. If it's not going to drop, you need to get the ball inside to Dom Allen, get it inside to Erica Williams, and either you got to finish the play or get to the line. If the 3 is dropping, great, that's what they want to see. But it hasn't been doing so much for them in the second half, so you got to try and adapt a little bit, go with what is working. And points in the paint from the Mystics, 30 points in the paint to Essex's 14. I mean, Essex shooting fantastically from 3 and from the field, but Mystics able to get inside, and if that's what's been working for them this game, that's probably what they need to look to go to in the last couple of minutes to try and pull themselves back into this. So B.A. Salazar is going to shoot 1. She's shooting 87% from the line this season. Shot is good. Takes the lead to 7. So Mystics with some work to do here in the last couple of minutes. James to Williams. Jones. Williams to Bailey. 8 on the shot clock. Over to Jones. 3 to shoot. Jones drives, scoops, layup, isn't going to go. And just waiting on the call. They've called it Essex. It's Essex ball. So 90 seconds to go. Essex with a 7-point lead. Mystics need to stop on this possession. Costa hands it over to Paxton. To Freeman. Colas from the shoulder. Nails it. And that could be it. That big shot from Essex. As Jones drives, and she's going to get fouled. Foul is on B.A. Salazar, her second. As Jones is going to shoot 2 from the line. And misses the first. Second one is good. Cuts the lead to 8 with just over a minute to go. Mystics need to get some quick points on the board here. Get a stop, get some quick points. As Costa spins, blocked by Bailey. Bailey's going to hand it over to James. James for 3. That's no good. Bailey with the rebound and the putback. Drops it back in. Leads down to 6. Mystics pressure in the ball. And that's going to be a foul call on Rachel James, her second. So, end line, sideline Rebels ball, 35 seconds to go. And James with a quick foul, so Mystics going to need to foul to get Essex to the line so they can get the possession back. Currently on 14 fouls. And pass inside to Costa. But they're not going to foul. Or it looks, oh, they're trying to, yeah, so foul on that play. Costa is going to go to the line. Oh, so it was on Freeman. So Freeman shooting 2. First shot's good. And so is the second. Tia Freeman with some clutch free throws to take the Rebels to an 8-point lead with just under 30 seconds to go. Jones spins, drives inside, layup's good. Takes them to 70. 6-point lead for Essex, 20 seconds to go. And Mystics are going to foul. And Colas is at the line for 2. This might just be a little bit out of reach for the Mystics. 16 seconds to go, 6-point deficit. Could become 8. Essex doing a really, really good job to turn things around. And Colas hits the first. And second one's no good. James gets the rebound. Mystics need to get a 3 up. Bailey puts up the 3. That one's just too short, gets her own rebound, gets the putback, and she's going to head to the line with a chance to cut it to 4. Still quite an uphill battle for the Mystics here, even if Rianne makes this free throw. But we've seen crazier things happen. Free throw is good for Rianne. Rebels with a 4-point lead, 8 to go. And they're going to foul and head to the line again. And a big thank you to everyone watching today. It's been a fantastic game so far. And thanks to Dawn Lutz for the compliments on the commentary. Much appreciated. So first shot is good for Essex, and that probably is going to put things out of reach for the Mystics. And second also good, 79-73 with 7.8 to go in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's a 3-basket game, so it's well, no, 2 baskets to tie. You've got to get 2 quick threes. It's, like I say, it's tough. It's not impossible. We've seen it done, but really big ask from the Mystics. You've got to get a 3 up, and then you've got to get a steal on the inbound and hit another 3 to tie within 7.8 seconds. So really tough ask from the Mystics. Really impressed with Essex. Turned things around. And a real all-around team performance from Essex. 5 players in double figures. And Costa, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, doing a bit of everything. And Kohlhaas as well, 13 points, 5 rebounds. So some really impressive performances from Essex today. And that third quarter just really swung it for them, coming out really strong and taking the lead in that one. So 7.8, so you've got to think it's going to be, you've got a couple of seconds, but you really want to try and get in a position where you can catch and shoot the 3. And you've got to make it, otherwise it's over. So Bailey looking to Jones. Jones turns, fires, hits the 3. She hits it! Georgia Jones! Count it, and the foul. Jones with a massive shot for the Mystics. Cuts the lead to 3, and she's heading to the line. So the Mystics, if Georgia hits this, the Mystics can take a quick foul on the inbound. Or if she misses, you hope they're going to get the rebound, get a putback. Jones with a huge basket. Georgia Jones brings the Mystics to within 2. 5.5 on the clock. And we've got a timeout. What an end to the game we are having today. Jones with a massive 3. And that is going to be Georgia's first 3 of the game as well. When she needed to make it, she made it. So it's going to be, after the timeout, we're going to come back Essex ball. So Mystics are either going to need to get a very quick steal on the inbound, or they're going to need to foul and hope Essex will go 1 of 2 from the line. So if they can get a steal, you know, they don't need a 3. They can get a quick layup to take this to overtime, depending how much time gets off the clock. You think they're probably going to go for the foul. Because with the foul, you're almost guaranteed possession. Whereas if you're hoping for the steal, you've got to actually make it. So Bailey defending the inbound into Costa, and it's going to be a quick foul. 2nd off the clock, so 4.1. So Costa's going to head to the line, and a 72% shooter. 2 big free throws here for Costa. 2. I mean, I said it probably about a couple of minutes ago. 2 would look like it'd seal it because you've got a 2-possession game with 4.1 seconds to go, and that's a really tough thing to do. And that first shot is no good. So this is going to be big for the Mystics. Make it, the Mystics are going to be able to get a chance to shoot a 3 or tie the game at 2 and take it to overtime. Costa, second shot is good. And Mystics have got full court to go. Jones working against Williams. And that's, it's a travel call on Williams on that possession. Really unlucky for the Mystics. Really doing the hard work there to try and get back into the game, to try and get the last shot, but it's going to go back with Essex, and Freeman will just pass it inside to B.A. Salazar, and disappointing end for the Mystics on that one. Did a really good job in the last couple of minutes, but congratulations to Essex as they come away with an 80-77 win, came back from 8 down, and really impressive all-round team performances. Colas leading the way with 13, and Sorry, no, Costa after that last free throw, she hit 14. So Costa with 14 and 10. And Corlas with 13 and 5. And for the Mystics, Georgia Jones finishing with 16 points, 9 assists. Rhiannon Bailey on 18 and 6 rebounds. And Vanessa Accra, 12 points, 16 rebounds after that 17 rebound performance last week. So Mystics just fell a little bit too short on that one. Really unfortunate they didn't get the chance to get a shot up at the buzzer. But that's the way the game goes, and credit to Essex for putting on a fantastic performance today. So the Mystics are going to be back in action here at the National Basketball Performance Centre on April the 9th. They will be hosting Durham, but you can catch them tomorrow playing against Newcastle. I believe that game's being streamed. The link will be out on the usual channels. And tomorrow Essex will be heading to Caledonia. So thank you very much for joining us. What a game we've had today. 3-point win, 80-77 is going to do it for today's game from Manchester. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.